Okay, in this video, I'm going to repeat myself over, right?
The CB radio can interfere with the hi-fi audio, home cinema,
And I'll cut to the chase. Alright, go back in a sec. I'll turn the fader up. Camera's just picking me up in the background in the bedroom. There. Just picking. I can just hear my voice in the background. I've got to set the microphone gain a little bit high on this camera, I think. I do see this kind of flicker sort of thing, but then I noticed when I came back in the room, this was kind of still, I was getting some strange flicker, but that's nothing to do with the rate, that's nothing to do with the CB radio. And there's not a peep or a sound or even a thump sound or any sort of modulation breakover.
Okay.
The image is still flickering. I don't know.
See if I can hear any
bloody hell.
in the background.
Fuck's sake, turn that fader down. So, I didn't hear any breakage of my modulating on the system here. I mean, most of the electronics in there are digital. I don't know how good they are for radio RF signal, but obviously I was pushing 200 watts. I'm in the next room. Normally, I would have expect to hear some breakage over some of that's DSP. Some of that down there is mostly analog. That's analog there, and all that there, and this here is all analog. I did switch over to auxiliary number 2 for the CP200. So I was on auxiliary number 1, which is primary here, which does get transferred over to the CP200. But nah, otherwise it would have broke over the amplifiers. You know, I've heard RF radio signal stations that are about 30 miles away. I think it's Radio Salon. This was years ago. I heard breakage sound coming through the AC T40 mains going into an amplifier, just an amplifier. It doesn't have a tuner in it, and it was just connected to a JBL Control 5 speaker. And I tried all the plug outlets, because they're all on the same bloody ring in the in the home. So plugged it in here, plugged it in the bedroom, plugged it in all the way. I'm still hearing the signal. And trying to figure out why and how and all this. And I hadn't heard any of that sort of thing for a while. And that is once in a moon, That's very rare, and it's least of my bloody worries, I really don't care. I couldn't really care. But the CB radio doesn't interfere. I was expecting to see wavy lines modulating all over the blooming. No, I don't know how close you got to get a CB radio for it to do that, and with the air, whether it be with the aerial, the antenna, and how much power you're putting. So if I could do the antenna on the biscuit tin and put it in the room here. That I could say undeniably that would probably interfere with the system. And it's got to be careful how I do it, because like I say, I blew a television up with 200 watts many years ago, and I can't say my dad's friend was very pleased or happy, and I kind of felt really bad about blowing his TV up. Didn't think it would be possible. You could blow a television up. That's about 100 feet away. But the signal, RF signal that was going out, and the antennas, of course, today we don't really use antennas anymore now, do we? It's cable. It comes through the internet, or separate cable provider sort of thing. The analog transmitter was switched off years ago now, because it's all gone to digital, while they were still doing terrestrial analog transmissions. And it was interesting back then because you could listen to a TV, you could listen to watch a signal in one room around my friends, and in the kitchen he's got the terrestrial, and there was about, yes, a few second delay between the two signals. And the signal looked kind of, bit noisy sort of thing on the terrestrial, whereas on the digital it looked a bit more cleaner signal, but occasionally you will get pixel, so you trade one artifact off for the other artifact. So, in a nutshell, really, the CB radios, the system here seems impervious to it. And like I say, I hadn't even heard this mobile phone go doo 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 doo. What's that mobile sound? So here it is, that signal. That signal noise. Remember, I have not heard a peep of that for about a year and a half now. It was so common that I would hear that noise coming over the system. Not at that loud level, because it's obviously being amplified there. It obviously came through at a different level. Even when I put the phone this close to the system, or about that distant, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really make much difference, But apparently, I think they've shifted the frequency up slightly. I think most people wouldn't even think twice about thinking, I've not heard that sound. What's it in a while? Oh, I kind of miss it, sort of thing. Well, here it is. Someone made a video for prosperity, so you can listen to it put it on loop, and you can just listen to it over and over again. Oh, it's going out there in stereo now. Oh, now it's in the centre. Oh dear. They're panning it. They're panning it around or something. Damn, does that sound fucking annoying? Oh, good riddance. Anyway, that's the video. So I'm not interfering with my system, and I got really crap low graded speaker cable and interconnectors and all that, even crap HDMI leads, and so you don't need any of this hi-fi, all that bullshit snake oil, unless you've got a CB radio to test something out with some real RF signal, or your mobile phone or repeater, whatever station, it's still outputting that signal. But around here, I've not heard it in a year and a half now, so that's that.